My name is Brian Muhammad. I'm a student minister of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I represent an area from Stockton all the way to about Fresno. Basically, our work is rooted in the resurrection of black and brown people in the hills of North America. That's our basis of what we're trying to do, resurrect the minds of people. The work is written of in both Bible and Quran. We use both books simultaneously. This work of this great resurrection that goes on, that transcends, persons, ethnicity, color. But there's a group of people that are at the bottom of society that God is interested in. So it's a message of good news and also a warning to leaders in the time period in which we're in, that God is concerned about, the masses of the people. So that's primarily our outreach. That's the root of it, why we're out there, why we're working. In my opinion, the Nation of Islam is like the oracle for black thought. It's like the mother organization. I mean, all of the organizations that are there, NAACP, mother grassroots organizations, newer organizations, Black Lives Matter movements, they're all rooted. All of their movement is rooted in the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in some shape, form, or fashion. It's like the prime organization. The words of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan have just about affected every sector of black society and brown society, really. And people are really shaping and molding their organizational structures, their political ideology, sociological ideas, and their personal lives around the message of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, that self-improvement, the basis for community development. Our main focus in the Nation of Islam is primarily out of two books, Bible and Quran. Those are our primary studies. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad made Muslims using, in the early days, 1930s, he got converts to Islam teaching out of the Bible, which was very, very unusual. There were no Qurans in 1930 here in America for black people to read. You had to go to the Library of Congress. So he taught Islam out of the Bible, Old Testament and New Testament. But today, in this day and time, we use Bible and Quran. There's a book that is just a primal source of information for us, and that's Message to the Black Man, written by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Once you read him, you're never the same. Message to the Black Man is like that. That very first page, I grappled with it, struggled with it. This idea of what I've been taught about God he was challenging it from the very first page. And in my struggle with it, or what other people struggle with it, it doesn't matter if you agree or disagree. There are some ideas that are so powerful, you're never quite the same again. Just profoundly, I couldn't imagine what my life would be if I wasn't in the Nation of Islam. I can't fathom what that door looks like. The minister would give me the name Brian Muhammad, and the word Muhammad means one worthy of praise and praised much. Now he gives it to me, and now I got to live up to that. Just that alone sets you on a course where you're always looking to do something better than you did the day before, because your name suggests that you should be doing something praiseworthy. And you should be doing something that people can appreciate, and it kind of keeps you focused on what you do and how you act among people. He told me one time, he said, son, you don't have to know everything. All you have to concentrate on is being a good servant of the people. What attracted me to the Nation of Islam, I really didn't know anything about it. As a young person growing up in an era of the rise of hip-hop music, rap music, there was a group called Public Enemy, very famous. And in one of the albums that they have, the lead rapper Chuck D was saying that Farrakhan's a prophet, and I think you ought to listen to what he can say to you. And I would listen to that over and over and over again. I would wonder, who the hell is Farrakhan? But eventually I caught on, and I started listening. I wasn't looking to change religions or anything, but his message was so compelling about who I was, my background, my history, trying to be a better person, and a destiny for myself and for my people that I had to be a part of. And it was so compelling, I just had to join. I got a chance growing up in the Nation of Islam to actually meet these men that were friends of Malcolm X or students of Malcolm X, and get background on him and what kind of person that he was intimately. So it's a way to know him through them, if that makes any sense, that I get to experience him through their lives. He had such an effect on them, and such an effect on the nation that I can still experience Malcolm X. I can experience Muhammad Ali. I can experience even people in the civil rights movement, you know, Martin Luther King, Stokely Carmichael. These were all friends of each other, like Minister Farrakhan, friends with Stokely Carmichael. He was in the time period, he was a student of Malcolm X. So me being able to shake Minister Farrakhan's hand is like me being able to shake the hand that shook Malcolm's hand or the hand that shook Martin's hand. So it's a way to bridge the gap between young people and the history that we just went through, so there's no gap. We get to keep all that information. Meeting Minister Tommy and other brothers that were working with him, I was able to kind of like shape and mold myself and find that father figure that I was missing in my life. So those contacts I still keep today. Those are my mentors. And we joined the mosque around the same time, and those are my brothers, and I keep in contact with them to this day. We're a tight group of young men, so still tight even until today. We're an organization that's constantly evolving, constantly growing. Our ideas are growing and evolving. But I think right there, of course, we can go back and get any material written by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Of course, people confuse research and Google search. So there's always a difference between the two. Google search is not research, but as students, we understand that. But I would say start right there. Just go NOI.org, go and look up Minister Farrakhan, listen to the latest lectures. He has maybe like a 60-week series that he came on every week for about 30, 45 minutes every single Saturday. And it's called The Time and What Must Be Done. And it's a message to not only Black and brown America, but it's also a message to the United States government and how to properly handle people in this time period.